And there's a shadow on the wall of an angel come to call and remind me of what I've always known. She whispers in my ear words I can barely hear, but the meaning I can feel in my bones. There's a peace just outside my window. There's a war raging at my door. And there's a light.
I put this on there to remind myself that there's something proofing in the oven and to not just turn on the oven.
There's a light. And if I close my eyes and go deep inside, I can see there's a light. There's a light. There's a light.
I just wrote like 700 words. I didn't write for a full hour. I wrote for just under an hour, but it felt good because not only did I write 700 words, but I kind of came up with a few scene ideas to focus on this week. So I have like 9 scene ideas that I'm going to write through, which feels awesome because one of my least favorite things is feeling directionless when I'm sitting down to write. And so the fact that I just have scene ideas is good. It means I have a direction. I thought I would just take you through a full week of writing because I kind of have a new writing routine, which I'm sure you've seen a little bit of in my last video, but a lot of it is focused on morning writing, very early morning writing, because I have class every single day from 9 till 1 p.m. If you're new here, I am currently working on 2 projects. One is a second book in an adult fantasy series where I've already written the first book, and the other one is an adult horror story. And on top of that, I'm also in school right now studying to be a librarian technician. As I was saying, I have class from 9 till 1 every single day, and 2 of those days each week is on campus, and I have to leave my house super early to get there. So I swap out my reading in the morning for writing, and that'll be tomorrow and the next day. So super, super early morning sessions, but so far so good. I don't know, it's Monday. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited for the week ahead. It is my favorite kind of weather outside where it is super, super cold. It is like minus 25 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Bright and sunny, and I love that. I love days like this so much. They are my favorite weather. So I'm actually really excited to walk to the gym. Is that crazy? I feel like that's crazy, but I grew up with cold weather. I like cold weather. I like it more than summer. So now I have about 40 more minutes to kill until my next class. So I think I am just gonna putter around in my work in progress a little bit, organize some scenes, maybe do some brainstorming, and then I will get into my cataloging class, which is super exciting. Then I'm going to the gym, then I'm coming back and making dinner. And that's the day, that's Monday, that's life. Life is a little repetitive right now, as you can imagine. It can be a little hard getting back into a routine after having such a long, wonderful break. But I'm just taking joy in the really small things, like a delicious cup of coffee, a bunch of scene ideas, a blank page, and class. I guess wherever you are, get cozy, and let's get into this week ahead and see how far into writing I can get. Probably not very far. It is so cold outside. And I very stupidly was dressed warm on the way to the gym. And then on the way home, I was like, oh, you know, I was fairly warm on the walk there, so I don't think I need to wear my extra layer of pants that I brought. I don't know why I thought that. Obviously I was warm on the walk there because I was wearing an extra layer of pants. So I'm freezing. I'm wearing thin workout tights basically. The wind was certainly not in my favor. I was just very, very cold. I'm still wearing my hat because my hair is so gross. Let's do a grocery haul. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna make a wild rice and mushroom stew in my Instant Pot. So I basically just got fixins for that, and then I also got some things to like tide us over for a little bit. Just some greens, kale, and some baby spinach and arugula, because all the other lettuce here in Canada is ridiculously expensive this time of year. I also went a little crazy on the snacks, but there were so many sales. So all of these were $2. I got crispy seaweed snacks, which I love, and then I got 2 different types of roasted fava beans. One is a sweet chili flavor and the other is a dill pickle flavor. Since my classes are from 9 till 1, and I have one break in between from like 10:30 till 11:30, it's a little bit weird to like eat lunch on campus. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna just bring a bunch of snacks. So I was gonna get hummus. That's a bummer. Oh well. I also got these carrots. I just really, really like these carrot shaped things. I know they're kind of Franken carrots, but I just really enjoy the shape. I think they're fun to dip. I also got some mushrooms for the dinner tonight. I got some baby bok choy, not for the dinner tonight, but just again to like tide us over. Wild rice, it was on sale, and then I also got some Granny Smith. There's nothing better than like Granny Smith and peanut butter. And then a little bit of white beans, again for the stew tonight, just to beef up that protein. And then last but not least, these were also $2. I got these overnight chia chocolate pods. They're basically packages that you just put in water. And again, because of my schedule and just the fact that I just want to snack a bunch, I think I'm gonna bring one of these to campus every single day, because last time I brought a chia seed pudding. It was really, really good. I'm gonna put this all away. I'm gonna throw in my sourdough, which I'm really worried is overproofed. But c'est la vie. It is what it is. And then I'm gonna start making dinner. Actually, I'm gonna journal and then I'm gonna start making dinner, because I really like journaling at the end of the day now.
What is better than love? Better than fun? What's better than this? And what is better than sunshine? Better than daisies? What's better than this? Well, you think real love is writing a love note.
I did a pin curl method on my hair, and I really like the way it turned out. When I woke up this morning, it was like super crazy, but it's really relaxed into something that is quite nice. It is just after 7. It's pitch black outside still, and I'm about to head to school, but I did wake up around 5:20ish, and I did about an hour of writing, and it was very slow going. I think I managed around like 500 words. That's just the pace that it's been lately. It was a bit of a struggle today, but I mean, this story has just always kind of been a little bit of a struggle, and I'm just powering through. I'm just moving through it. I'm just really taking my time to think through these moments and these scenes, and constantly reminding myself that I'm not in a rush. So let's get the day started. I have hair on my face now. Time for class.
You think real love was dancing in the rain? Don't you see, you classic idiot, wishing that all this sweet sad love would go away.
every single time. I always think when I get home, I'm gonna yawn. I always have such big plans for the afternoon when I'm done classes. I thought maybe I would continue writing or work on the other book that I'm working on, which is just basically rereading it. But the honest truth is I think I'm just gonna sit and watch a little bit of YouTube and then maybe read and stretch and then just call it a night, which is fine. I just keep telling myself that I should rest when I'm able because life's about to get really, really crazy because I'm going to be graduating. I'm going to be looking for a job. Like, I don't know what the end of this year is going to look like. So I should take these afternoons off when I get them because I don't know the next time I will have them. So that is how I'm justifying it. Plus, I also woke up super early to write. So I don't really know why I'm guilting myself. I think I just wish I could work until 4 or 5, but I have no more brain. There's no brain left. So I'm going to go snuggle with some cats. While I had a break today in between classes, I read through a little bit more of the first book that I've ever written. I am on just over page 40 of like 500 pages. So it's very slow. Everything is just really, really slow right now, but I'm kind of savoring it. I'm enjoying the slow process right now.
Love is gonna get you again and again. Love is gonna get you. Don't cry like you're the saddest person alive. I say, but only 'cause you don't know why. Oh fool, love is gonna get you again and again. Love is gonna get you again. What's better than a lack thereof? Better when you know it's gone. What's better than this? And what's better than a memory of all the things that used to be? What's better than this?
I am home and I'm staring at my beautiful bookshelf that I just completely redid. I didn't film it because it was so spontaneous. It was this Sunday. I just felt like completely reorganizing all of my books and making sure that I had enough space to display them all because I really was running out of room. And I just can't believe how I'm still almost always at capacity with my bookshelves. I really, really need to get different shelves and or just move to a bigger place. Oh, if only the economy was in my favor and I could just move to a bigger place to get more room for my books. But anyway, whoops. I had classes all morning and I still have a bit of energy, which is really great. So I think I'm gonna keep editing. I was working a little bit in class when we were supposed to be doing our exercises. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna read through some more of the first book in the fantasy series that I'm working on. The first book that I wrote, it is complete. It is multiple drafts in. I just want to do a reread. I am both editing it and I am also just refreshing my mind to get ready to write the second book. It's been 2 years since I've read this book and I find that taking such a long break after completing it has been so great. And I'm cutting so much more. I find that I'm picking up the bad habits that I had when I was first starting to write and just all of the things. Like, I just think that I have such a completely different perspective on writing now than obviously when I wrote my very first book. And it's really to my benefit that I waited this long to read this story again because I just feel so much better with it. I think that it's great. And I think the changes that I'm making are really great as well. So very, very jazzed on that. I will say that I am toying with the idea of adding a third project in this little multiple project experiment. Before I started writing this haunted project, I was working on a dragon project that I really love, and I've been getting a couple more ideas for that project. So we'll see. We'll see if the 2 turns into 3, but for now I'm going to edit and probably only edit for like an hour, and then I'm gonna curl up and just chill the rest of the night because my brain is a little bit fried. I still have energy, but my brain is a little bit fried. So commence the footage of me just sitting here staring at my computer screen.
Why do we dance in the moonlight? Must be a reason why. Why don't we make love in the daytime? Must be a reason why. I discovered a box full of Polaroid pictures. Colors were faded, man, I miss them. Ain't no place that I would rather be. Why do we dance in the moonlight? Must be a reason why.
I just focused for about an hour and I think I'm done. I think my eyes are hurting, I am sleepy, and I think that it's almost 4, so I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it today. But I'm really happy with the progress that I've made in this story. It's so slow going right now just because I am editing it as well as reading it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this as much as possible, and then I'm going to send it off to a friend of mine to copy edit. And then I think it'll just basically sit until I'm ready to publish it. That will not happen for a while yet, unfortunately. I so wish I could just like throw this on the internet, but I don't want to put this book out until I have more of the series written, because I personally don't like waiting a really long time in between books in a series. And so I'm just going to honor that preference and make sure that I have more of the series written before I publish. It would be amazing if I could finish the series and then just like every 6 months publish them. I think that would be really cool, but I'm not making any promises because it might take me a long time to write this series just because it's so big. Anywho, I don't even know where I was going with that. Editing is so tough, which is why I think that this is just taking me a little bit longer, because there are so many instances, there's so many habits that I have as a writer that I am just going through and correcting, and it's just a little bit more work than just reading it for the sake of reading it. But that's okay, because I just want this to be the cleanest manuscript possible so that when I am deciding to publish it, it doesn't need that much work on it. But that's it for today. I am going to call it quits when it comes to writing.
Why don't we make love in the daytime? Must be a reason why. The memories were pure as the laughs over dinner. When memories fade, you soon replace them. What has changed from the world you used to see? Why do we dance in the moonlight? Must be a reason why. Why don't we make love in the daytime? Must be a reason why. Must be a reason why. Must be a reason why. We just turned 23. It was the world versus you and me. We were both head over heels. Yeah, you remember how that feels. We thought we would win somehow. We're laughing at that now. It all fell apart. It felt like you were holding my hurting heart. We swore we'd try again. That was the beginning of the end. I wanna tell you that I'm different. Oh, that time in love was well spent. You know we had to learn along the way, so we could look back and smile someday.
I'm happy to report that this morning's writing session, I don't know if it was the cat magic that was infused, but it went really well. I wrote around 800 words, but not only that, I wrote a complete scene, which just feels really great. I was really in the zone. The plot is starting to move in a way that feels manageable. And I've been thinking about this video all week, and I don't really know how to end it other than to say that this is just what writing looks like right now. This is what writing really looks like for a lot of people. It is slow. It is a very slow process. It's done one word at a time. It's going to take me a long time to finish these projects, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my time spent on the pages of these stories that I've created. I'm happy to showcase a realistic routine of novel writing and what it really takes, and that is just consistency and persistence and showing up every single day for as little time as you can fit in. And at the end of it all, when you've completed whatever you're working on, you just feel so proud of yourself. So just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.